Today, I'm talking to one of the favourites in Ireland's Eurosong 2022 selection, Brooke Scullion, the singer of That's Rich. How are you today, Brooke?
I'm feeling very hopeful myself. I'm feeling very ecstatic at the reaction. I feel like it's been a long time coming. I've known for like a month or two, and I've been sitting on this information, and couldn't tell anybody except my cat, who keeps attacking me the whole way. Since she left, the cat has attacked me.
Yeah, because you have gotten, probably out of all of the 6 songs that have been released, you've probably gotten the biggest reaction, and it's definitely been the most instant, where kind of the moment it came out, it blew up very quickly. And were you expecting that reaction?
Absolutely not. We filmed the video and then created a teaser, and then we released the teaser. We might have released too much information with the teaser, which led to people catching on very quickly. Now, that actually was not a marketing strategy. It just happened to be that everybody was on the ball. And I kept getting messages and messages from all these Eurovision Song Contest accounts being like, "We love your song," and I haven't even released the song yet. And I mean, the support's been amazing. Everybody is positive about it, and I mean, I couldn't have predicted it at all, because I wrote the song ages ago and I loved it, but my mummy and daddy hated it. They absolutely hated it.
But I'm sure they're definitely behind you right now with your bid for Eurovision. But when you wrote it, was Eurovision at the back of your mind, or was this just going to be a typical Brooke song that you would release eventually? Like, where did Eurovision come into the mix for you?
See, this was the first song I've ever written. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't written to be a Brooke song. This was, let's see where Brooke's creative mind goes when we start a writing session. So what happened was, I wrote the song with Izzy Warner, and the producer was Carl Zane, and both of them wrote a song for the Eurovision film.
Okay. So they were already in the world, kind of.
Yeah, they're in the world, but I wasn't in the world intentionally. So I was reading Debbie Harry's biography, and I just wanted to do something really 80s inspired with like contemporary elements. So I wanted to be smart about it and make it a really smart first song. I didn't really know where I was going with it, but everything just flowed and flowed and flowed and became the song that you hear now. Like the conversational middle 8, I feel like that is so unintentionally beautifully Eurovision. Like it's now when I look back, I'm like, you're stupid. Why did you not immediately think this song could do really well in Eurovision? Because I've been a massive fan ever since I was young, but never thought that I was capable of getting there. Like I was capable of writing a song of that stature to get recognized.
Who was it then that kind of convinced you, go for it, put the song in? Was it your idea? Did you see that they were looking for submissions, or was it part of your team, or when did that happen?
So my team called me and they said, "Brooke, they're doing open, like they're letting everybody submit their songs, and That's Rich is 3 minutes long." And I said, absolutely, put it in. At this stage, we were pitching it to like everything, like labels and stuff, because we really believed in the song, but no one really picked it up until I got a message saying that you've been selected as a finalist. And that moment really sunk in for me that, oh my goodness, this song is a lot of people are gonna hear this. Regardless of how far it goes, a lot of people are gonna hear this, and a lot of people are going to have an opinion. So I didn't really know how to feel. I was so excited, but I was also so nervous, because you know when you're watching Eurovision, you're like, nah.
Because it's kind of like a baptism of fire in a way, because it's your big introduction to Irish viewers. Because I know you were on The Voice in the UK, but I don't think that's shown on any of the main channels here. So it's kind of going to be the first time that the Irish people will see Brooke, and they'll see what you're all about. Were you ever apprehensive about, the way a lot of people are like, oh, Eurovision is cheesy, Eurovision is this, Eurovision is that? Were you ever apprehensive that you'd be tarred with that brush just by sending your song in, irregardless of the song?
Absolutely not. No way. Eurovision is cool now. Eurovision is cool. Everyone's jumping on this bandwagon. Like we haven't been here for years. Like I think that this year my song is probably, I don't know how to say this without sounding like, aggressively confident. I just feel like my song would be the perfect entry for Ireland because of how modern it is.
Yeah, that's the thing, that your song is definitely the one song that stands out that you could imagine hearing on the charts being played on the radio. That the other songs, they all have their own qualities, but they're different. They're maybe yours is definitely the most instant, and yours is the one that has connected with the people definitely online. But one thing, are you worried at all about, like you said, that your mum and dad weren't huge fans when they first heard it, and the people who watched the Late Late Show generally would be maybe more your mum and dad's age than your age?
Yes,
and
you've read my mind.
Yeah. And how are you maybe going to try and, I suppose, stage it on the Late Late Show so that it has the massive appeal? Like, I suppose there's certain secrets, but like, I presume you have something planned.
Yeah. I mean, that was a massive worry for me personally, like knowing the age bracket that usually watch the Late Late Show. So what I've been doing is gathering a massive talk about it online and engaging with everybody and trying to reach out to a lot of southern friends and getting people to contact people down south, because yes, the North's vote will count, but majority of people live down south, and I need to reach everybody. In terms of performance, what I'm focusing on is a really clean cut performance and steady vocals, because people of that age bracket, all they want is someone, like, they're like, no one these days can sing live anymore. Like, I want to prove that wrong. I want them to say that wee girl can sing, which I feel like they will say.
How are you planning on working around on the studio cut? There's a part of the song where the vocals, there's a bit of kind of like technical wizardry on the vocals where there's, how are you planning on doing that live? Are you going to, like, how, obviously you can't do that effect live. Like, how are you planning on working around that?
Obviously that's not an option. I can't use that effect. However, expression and I think it's funny how you miss me with, like, I can still do the lines in key, and I can accentuate them with however much sass that I want to bring. It's all about how you choreograph it. So it's not a matter of, some people like the effect that I put on that bit. I love it. Some people like the bit without it. So that was the argument that we had when we were mastering the song. It might appeal more. It might appeal more to people because it is so radio. It's like a radio static thing going over that. So yeah, I mean, I think it might work in my advantage. Actually, I feel like, yes, it's more mainstream and charts worthy if it's on, if the effect is on, but for live performances, I feel like this might work in my favor, actually.
And of course, this year they've changed the format a little bit, where they're bringing in an international jury for the first time. So arguably that might benefit you, because you do have that kind of international sound that a lot of people even were like, it's similar to Dua Lipa or like a lot of singers that are in the chart. Like, obviously your voice is completely different, but like that kind of music. Obviously then you had the rock elements too. Were you, when you said Debbie Harry, but were you inspired then when Måneskin won and then kind of had global domination afterwards? Was that one of the inspirations for you to go forward this year?
Well, I feel like I got the conversational middle eight from Noughties Punk. More so. I mean, Måneskin embody a lot of that already. I'd never try to be like anyone current. If anything, I revamp old styles. I feel like a lot of my music resembles 80s, even in like rhythms and stuff. I don't necessarily try to emulate anyone else on otherwise in terms of career and moves like that. But when it's my music, yes, I'll take inspiration, but I'll never fully think, oh, they did this and they did that. I kind of take a spin on it without
You'll be Brooke.
going for it.
It'd be Brooke. I'll be did Brooke. That and Brooke did this.
Yeah.
And what are your plans now between, I'm talking to you on Friday and it's exactly 2 weeks until the big show. So what is the plan for you between now and then? You've rehearsals, is there going to be a music video? What else is to come in between?
Okay, cool. So sleep, because when you're
very
tired,
important.
the first thing to go is your voice. Steam. I'm gonna get my outfits in order, work out what we are allowed on the stage, because we have things that aren't really allowed. So we're trying to work out a way that they can be permitted without saying anything. yes, the music video is gonna drop, but I can't tell you when.
Okay.
I can't tell you. I'm gonna announce that myself.
And is it going to be similar vibe to the teaser snippet? Is that teaser snippet from the same shoot where you're firing the dollar bills and dancing around through them?
Yeah, of course. Like that's the start of it. Like that teaser is a teaser. So obviously I'll hopefully get the other shots in before then.
Yeah. Well, we'll be all keeping our eye out. I've subscribed to you on YouTube, so the moment the video goes, I'll get a little ping and I'll be ready to watch.
You're a gem. You're very good at your job.
So we've the music video, lots of rehearsals.
Oh yeah.
You're in Derry. Will you be coming down to Dublin beforehand, or what's the story? How does that work out?
I'm heading to Dublin on Sunday, so that'll be Sunday the 23rd.
Third, this weekend.
Yeah. Sunday the 23rd. My choreographer is Emer. She lives in Dublin. She's from Dublin.
Okay.
And she's worked in RT before, so we've got stage set. Like we know exactly what way we've got markings on the ground, and we know what way we're going to stage it, and we're going to go from there. I've got 2 fabulous dancers.
Okay.
And they are magical. Like they're going to be bringing the energy where I can't, and bits where I want to keep obviously the stability of the song. But I'll be doing like minor, like not minor, but like, you know, more broken, closer to the body type movements. Very kitsch. It's gonna be very kitsch.
But it sounds like you've a very well thought out, because you probably don't remember because you're still in your early 20s, but like the last time Ireland had a Eurosong selection, they've had it for a couple of years in the early 2010s, and so many people with upbeat songs fell victim to the small studio, and the atmosphere there was hard to get the song across, and ballads ended up benefiting from that. But you've obviously got your homework done, and you know where you're going with that. What's his name?
I'm Draco, and he
like
is
Malfoy.
Evil. Yeah. No, it's all very well thought out. It's going to be choreographed to the point where it looks like it's all spontaneous, but it's going to be choreographed. Like it's going to look like I'm really losing myself in the song, but obviously we've worked everything out, and nothing is going to be a mistake. You know, that way.
But for viewers,
I just want
at home,
every performance.
It looks spontaneous.
I want every performance that I make to look back and say I worked really, really hard on that, and I'm really happy with that. And I feel like that's the energy we're giving at the minute, because of how much work that we're putting into this.
And Eurosong is the next project on your horizon. Obviously, you're hoping, and your fans are hoping, that Eurovision will be the next step. But let's say, with or without Eurovision, do you have more projects on the line? Do you have like songs or an EP or anything for people to look forward to? Because obviously you've won over a legion of people throughout the week. And will there be more of Brooke to come for them to get into? And will it be coming soon?
Yeah, 100%. I have an EP ready, mastered, ready to go.
Okay, you're very well prepared.
I had a long time to prepare.
Like
we really didn't do anything for a year.
You're really taking it like as a launch pad, which is like, it's the proper attitude to take, because so many people see Eurovision like there have been people heritage acts or whatever, whereas you're kind of taking with a very fresh approach. You've done the Voice, you're used to the live audiences, and you're ready to go. And
you don't get anywhere without hard work.
Yeah, and we can see, everybody can see online that's been what's coming out of your camp. And obviously you're from Derry, and you go by Brooke. And the last singer from Derry, who went by just her first name, was Dana, and she won. So I suppose you have a bit of expectations on your shoulders.
I feel like I do, but I also feel like it's cream of the crop. Like you're gonna get good people from up in this direction.
Well, Nadine Coyle as well.
There. Oh, she's so she's I don't know. She's not ways. But I don't have that accent, as you can tell. You can understand me.
Yeah. You say flower with a normal accent, and
flower.
But obviously you're kind of continuing the tradition of great Derry girls, because of course we have the TV show and everything like that, and you're already bringing it to a subset of Europe, because there's a lot of fans all over the world who have already discovered you in the past week. But before I let you go, do you have a message to both your fans in Ireland and the new fans who have discovered you since That's Rich came out?
I just want to thank each and every one of you for getting to know me and getting interested in me. And I know that I will put all the work in to not let anybody down, because if I get the chance to represent my country, I'm going to give it stacks. I'm going to give it everything, and I'll leave my heart and soul out there.
That's the way it should be. So it was lovely talking to you, Brooke, and best of luck on the 4th of February. I'll be tuning in, and I'm sure a lot of other people will. I'm sure everyone will be looking forward to you. We're waiting for the music video, and we'll be keeping track on all the updates that are coming from Team Brooke.
Thank you so much for having me.